Hey, welcome back to edtech by Meera, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn how to create custom QR code. Namely, first we will create a colored QR code. After that we will learn how to embed a logo image on top of the QR code. So the first half is going to be how to create a colored QR code. So let's get started without wasting time. So first and foremost, we need to import the QR code. This part you've already seen earlier in my previous tutorial because I'm just going to create a QR code. But I'm just repeating it here again because you need it for the final part and the intermediate part. So import QR code data. You need some data to write there, right? So either it could be a video link or some text. So I'm writing this string text edtech by Meera. Yeah. And then I create a variable called QR. So where I'm going to use a QR code function. Yeah. As this doesn't need much of explanation because we've done it earlier. I'm just changing doing some parameters here. The other half we've already done. So QR equals QR code dot QR code. Inside the parenthesis, I'm writing this. I'm doing it to give it a dimension. Version 1, that is part of the documentation. You don't have to worry much about it. Box size 10 and border 5. Now this I'm just giving it because I'm going to give it color and a bit of dimension. So for that it will look nice when it is colored. Yeah. So this part is done. Then after that, what else you need? Okay. Now, whatever data you have created here at edtech by Meera string, you need to add it to this QR, right? So the QR dot add data within the parenthesis data. Data you already defined, which is going to be a string edtech by Meera. So you just need to add it to the QR by using the function or method add data. Using the add data method, you just add it. So you have to make sure it's QR dot add data within the parenthesis data. Then after that you need to make an image, QR image, right, like we did last time. So again the same thing, to the variable you use the make function or the make method. So QR dot make function. Now this fit equals true. This is just to give it a standard dimension. So QR dot make fit equals true. So you have a standard QR image, QR code image. What else you need? Then after that, you need to define the image, right? Or rather, you have to create a variable called image so that you can make the image. So QR dot make image function. Now this is the part where you're going to do the customization while making the image. So inside the parenthesis, you write the properties, which is one is the fill color. So the fill color will define the color. We'll give the color for the body of the QR code. It can be green, yellow, blue, that is not important. And then comma, after that the background color. So you can call it either background color, you can call it back color, that's up to you. So basically when you're doing the make image function here, you have to give two properties, which is the fill color and the background color. And then give it a value like green, black, yellow, whatever for both. So then by doing this, you have customized the color for the image that you're creating for the QR code itself, the body of the QR code. After that, the next half of the code, we'll be doing another set of code for embedding our logo on this QR code, or rather not on this QR code, on any QR code for that matter. So after that, remember the last part was image.save. Now when you are saving it using the save function, remember the save method, inside the parenthesis you need to give the string to show under what name you are saving the file of the image. So you can think of different variations. I tried different variations and I run into some bugs. I did not delete the bugs. I'm just showing you the bugs so that you understand what's happening and how you can read the debugging, how you can read the bugs and debug. Okay, it will throw up an error. Yeah. I forgot a comma, so it will show exactly the error message like this. I forgot a comma somewhere. Oh yes. After the box size equals 10, I forgot. After two properties, you are supposed to write a comma. After every property, you are supposed to mention a comma. Yeah. I'm trying different names because I've created lots of image files there already in my code editor. So sometimes if I try to rewrite the file which is already deleted, it will throw up an error, as I mentioned in my previous tutorial. So I'm showing you that. So it's better, instead of deleting and rewriting or rewriting an existing image, it always serves your work better if you create a new file rather than rewriting an old file or deleting a file and trying to rewrite it as a new file. So I'm just showing you that. Now, if you guys want to keep practicing with Python projects to become more efficient in your Python journey, which I post once every week, do remember to smash that subscribe button and also the bell button. Click the bell button so that you are notified every time I immediately post a video, which is normally on Friday afternoons. Oh, the line too long. So let me fix that. Okay, I forgot to close that code. Some syntax error, sorry about that. So after that, remember, you have to, after creating the QR image, giving it color, you need to save the QR code image, remember that. So that's what I've been doing. Due to some reason of overwriting and deleting my previous files, it's throwing up. It keeps throwing up an error. So I'm just giving it a completely new name, my QR code.png. Let's see if it works this time. Thank God, finally. Oh, yes, another thing. I forgot to install the pillow package. So I need to do that. Okay. Now it would be easier if you do the package for pillows, and you can do that either from the shell or you can do it from the dependencies. If you go to dependencies, I'm using the Replit code here. If you go to dependencies, you will find the package files, and over there you can go and search for the files that you want under the packages, and you can type over there in the search field whatever name of the file, like for example there you go, dependencies. So Python packager, so like add new package, QR code. First I add QR code, then after that I am going to add pillow. Okay, QR code image generator installed. So you can you can remove it after you finish coding to make, if you want to use the same code file for another project. There are different kind of QR code packages available. One for normal, then another one for artistic. You can customize it in different ways. Here I'm just using the normal QR code package. There you go, different types. I'm just scrolling and checking it out. QR code image generator I've done already. Then after this I'm gonna install the pillow package. Because it's thrown up an error because it says you haven't installed pillow. You need to install pillow. Because I've already written from pill import pillow, but I haven't installed pillow. So that's why it's throwing up an error. There you go, just come under dependencies, packages. In the search bar, mention pillow. There you go. You immediately get pillow imaging library install. So that's the easiest one to install for this basic project. That one is enough already. So I go and install it. Just click on install. There you go, it's installing. Once you install this, it will show up. The QR image will show up. It won't throw up any error again after this. Okay, it's installed. Wow, so fast. So using the packager under dependencies in the Replit code editor is quite similar to what you do in VS Code editor. So it's quite convenient. And as a beginner, it's easier to manage Replit because it's free for few projects. There you go. There. Done already? Let's check it out. Yeah, this time no error. Yay. Okay, sure. So I go and click under the image. My QR code, yes, lovely. Green color for the body and yellow color for the background. That's nice. So the fill color was green, remember, and the background color yellow. So it's showing accordingly. And don't worry about the full squares not showing up because I have chopped off the size for the sake of doing the video. But you can see it in the code editor while you're doing it. So I just play around with different colors like yellow, red, black, white, blue, etc., green and all that, just to play around. You can also do that. And I want you to do that so that you get acquainted with the code for this. And it's fun. If you do this, you will remember the code even better. Just play around with it one whole day if you want. qr.makeimage, because then once you play around like this, you'll remember the code automatically. No need to Google or no need to look around. And I would there you go, it looks very nice. Red color looks really nice with the white background, because my code editor is white, so it's not showing the background. You can even use different color for the background in the box. So the border background, the border color also, that's up to you. Now I'm trying like background color as black instead of white, so that it look more beautiful and amazing. Okay. Wow, it looks fantastic, fabulous against the black background. The red QR code looks amazing, very creative. It looks almost like a piece of art, even though it's nothing to do with art. In fact, some developers also make use of AI to do artistic pieces on the QR code body in order to customize it. We are not going into those details because this is a beginner tutorial. So first, like here, we finish doing the customization by changing the body color and the background color. After this, the second half of the code project will focus on embedding a logo image on top of the QR code. So let's get that going. Let's try how it goes. I'm just playing around with the border size and the box size. Nothing much important. It's just to play around with the code. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So I would suggest that you keep experimenting and you keep on coding while I'm doing this, while I'm teaching you this, so that by the time you're through with this project, end of the project, you already know how to code it single-handedly. And I want you to write down the code by hand so that it's easier to remember what you've done. I always do that. I will be also giving you the source code in the description below, the source code file, which is going to be the link to my GitHub repository. If you have any comments or questions to ask, feel free to ask in the comment section. Here I'm just trying out with different colors. As I mentioned earlier, I tried red, green, pink. Now it's pink. So just experimenting, just to show you how it goes. There you go. Pink with a white background. Looks nice also, but I prefer personally the black background with the red. Looks really nice. The green with the yellow is also nice. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. So now we go back to the main code file, and check that if everything is okay. The border. I was trying to reduce the size, increase the size by changing the border size and the box size. not helping much, a little bit change only, because they have a fit equal to true, that's a standard size. So usually they will standardize it so that it is a standard size, because as you know, for QR code you cannot have the minimum size should be 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and maximum also it cannot be more than a certain centimeter size, a certain pixel size. I need to check what is the maximum size though. I'm not sure about that. Minimum is 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. Cannot be smaller than that. There you go. I just tried with blue and purple with the white background. Looks nice. I should have made it in a landscape version, then the whole QR code would have come out. Sorry, I made it in a square. I cut it into a square format, and that's why it's showing only a part of the QR code, but that's fine. I just want to show you how to do it, how it looks visually appealing, that you will get to know when you're doing it yourself, because in my previous half I've already shown you in the landscape version, so you have an idea already. There you go. This one looks tantalizing. Yellow body, gold body, the gold filling, and the red background also looks nice. Gold, yellow for the body, and background red. Looks also amazingly nice. Okay, so that part is over. Now the second part of the customization involves embedding a logo inside of this inside a QR file. So I'm gonna do that part now. So this logo is part of my edtech by Meera logo part. If you remember, a round eye. So I'm gonna use that as part of my logo for doing the embedding on the QR code image. So the second part of the code I'm going to work upon, import the QR code. Now this is always there as part of the coding for making a QR image. Then from pill, because here you're going to use your logo image, and for embedding you need this part of the code. From pill, import the image, import image. Yeah, and the pillow you've already installed, so no need to do it again. QR code you've already installed, no need to do it again. Just do this line extra, which is from pill, import image. Now you need to create a variable called logo, right? Because you're going to use your logo. So logo equals, so what value you're going to give? Image.open, because you need the image to open up the logo. So I create a variable called logo and give it a value of image.open mylogo.png, because I'm gonna save the file as mylogo.png. So that's why I given the string mylogo.png. That's going to be the file which is going to be used. And then you may wonder how I upload this image. So you have to go to your Replit code editor or any code editor under files, and just use the upload file to upload this image manually. Yeah. So then after that, I create this variable QR code equals QR code. Now in the inside the parenthesis, I'm gonna do the error correction, because why we do the error correction is because usually after a time the QR code might lose its value, or maybe it loses its scannability. So we have to make sure that error code will ensure that the QR codes are scannable. Yeah. even if there are some form of impurities or some form of physical damage to the code, it will make sure that it will retrieve the scannability. And at least 30%, if you use the high H. Why I'm using the error code H? Because H is for high level scannability, high level correction. So the high level correction will ensure that it will restore at least 30% of the code to rebuild the original data. So that's the reason I'm using the word H. The word H mentioned here stands for high restoration, high level of code restoration. So that is high level of correction rather. So that's the idea of using this error correction here. Then after that, to that particular code, I need to add QR code dot add the data, right? So here the data that I'm adding is I'm making another QR code, my code camp, because code camp is a name of also my newsletter on Substack. You can check that out. I leave a link in the description below. So QR code, and after that you have to make. You remember the make function? Yeah. So QR code dot make. This is all the standard one. Okay. Now for the QR image, you need to create a variable called QR image. So in the QR image, what you're doing here is you have to remember you're making the QR code image is going to be the black and white, and the logo is your colored logo. I showed you the red and blue one. So when you are embedding the colored logo on top of the black and white QR code, you need to convert the image using the convert RGB so that there will be no color loss. So QR code dot make image, the function dot convert RGB, because you're using the colored logo on top of the black and white. So especially in that case, you need to convert into RGB so that there's no color loss and it will merge and look nice in the black and white. Then you do this variable called POS. Now why you're doing this is for setting the size and the location for the QR image itself. Yeah, because what's happening here is now you will find QR image dot size 0 index. Why dot 0 index and then dash logo dot size 0 index? Yeah, and then why you're doing this is because you need certain kind of positional setting and size setting to place your colored logo, your logo on top of this QR code. So you need this kind of a size and positional setting to do that. You don't have to go into too much detail of that. This is from the QR code documentation. So, but as you can see, index is 0 for the first part. And then why you're writing the /2 is most probably because the minimum size is 2 centimeters. You have to maintain that. So it's basically standardizing the size, the position, and the overall dimension. So that's why we are doing this size setting and for the image, so that this part of the code is done in order to embed the logo on top of the QR code. So you can just understand it this much. So comma, then QR image dot size index 1, logo size index 1. So now by doing this code, it will sit nicely onto the QR code. That's the reason we are doing it. So basically you can say in terms of some size and position adjustments. So the POS is created this way in order to set the size of the QR code and the position as well, to position the logo on top of it. /2 stands for setting the size. Minimum size of the length and the width is 2 centimeter by 2 centimeters. So that's why it's mentioned there. Yeah. So you don't have to go into the mathematical aspect of that, because that's again another detailed study for the each and every pixels that is present inside the QR code. So this much if you do, this is standard for setting the size and the position for any QR code whereby you are embedding some images on it. That should do. Then after that, why we are using the paste function? Paste functions because we are going to paste the logo on the QR image. So QR image dot paste logo comma pose. Why? Because first the logo dot pose comma pose, because pose is the variable object that you created above with the size setting. So you need to mention that over there. Otherwise, all the size setting will go wrong and the position will go wrong. So dot paste logo comma pos, and then QR image dot save as usual. Give some name for the file. Here I give QR code dash logo dot png, whatever. Yeah. So now you get a new QR code in black and white with a colored logo that looks very trendy. Many people do that. The QR code would be black and white with the colored logo, because if both are colored, you look too fancy. So that's why usually one of them, preferably the QR code, would be black and white, and on top of that using a fancy colored code. That's in trend. Many people do that for their customization, for their brands, etc. You must have seen that. I want you to Google that and check. Okay, so let's go into the main, let's check out the image. There you go, it's created. Wow, looks fantastic. Black and white QR code with my logo on top of it. Wow, amazing. So now you learn how to embed the logo on top. I want you to practice with your logo. Create some logo of yours and then do it. You can create logo very easily, or you can use some other logo and do it. Make sure you have no copyrights. But when you're practicing, it's okay. You're not going to post it publicly, huh? Yeah. So I would see you in my next tutorial, in which I'm going to do a very interesting project for Python. See you in the next. Until then, keep subscribed, stay subscribed.